What do we have for Taurus, please? Three of Swords, Libra energy at the heart. What do we have at the sacral, please? Nine of Cups. Oh, wow, look at that. Devil right underneath it. Very interesting. I did a couple of pre-spreads for you, Taurus, and I was getting pretty much the exact same energy. In fact, in one of the spreads I got, the devil came out at the root chakra, and I was using a completely different deck. But the message here is exactly the same. The universe is giving you access to something here, something that you've really been wanting. Now, it could just be a vision you have for your life. It could be a manifestation. But whatever it is, there is a path that is wanting to open up for you. But the universe needs a sacrifice. And I think you know what it is. The Three of Swords at the foundation is saying that you have given all you can give to a situation, and it's simply not willing to meet you in the middle any longer. The devil at that solar plexus position is perfectly representing what it is that you have been attached to. There's something very toxic here, but I feel that you are getting ready to break free from this energy. Again, the universe has opened up the door for you, but it's just a matter of you putting one foot in front of the other and getting the show on the road. Now, the Nine of Cups at the sacral in my readings is a very strong positioning, because the Nine of Cups is not only one of the most abundant cards in the tarot, but it's also an energy of harmony. It's an energy of fulfillment. And again, it's an energy of you getting what you want. This is literally your wishes being fulfilled once you release some sort of toxicity from your life. Now, there's many different things this could represent. Most commonly, it's going to be a relationship in your life, whether it's of the romantic kind, whether it's something having to do with your family, your community, your friends. There's something here that the universe is requiring as a sacrifice. And I feel it's you disconnecting from whatever this toxic energy is here. This is one of these energies that's telling us whatever it is that's surrounding you, whatever it is that's influencing your energy at this time cannot go with you. And you will not be able to step over the threshold until you release this thing. It can't share what the universe has for you. I'm also hearing this was never a cycle you were supposed to stay in. Now, I feel that that's really speaking directly about some of your situations. It's like the situation you're finding yourself in now was merely but a stepping stone and merely but a lesson that the universe needed you to learn before you step into this new cycle. Now, the devil at the solar plexus position is an energy of disempowerment. But the fact that we're getting the devil from this particular deck, which shows us the devil from the back, right? Like we're looking at the devil like we're a fly on the wall. It's telling us that you are preparing to release this energy. You are going to get on the other side of it. You are going to reclaim your power in this situation. It's literally in the cards. And like I mentioned, I saw this in 2 previous spreads. And I got pretty far into one of the other spreads. And when Spirit guided me to start the spread over again, I felt a bit frustrated because I was about 20 minutes into the reading. But now I know why I was guided to do that. It's so we can have the confirmation of knowing that the exact same energy came out again. And Taurus, you shouldn't have to think too hard about what this is, who this is, how this energy is showing up in your life. Some of you know right away. Some of you are sitting there saying, oh yeah, I know. And others of you have this thing right in front of your face, but you may not be ready to accept it yet. But hopefully by the time we reach the end of this reading, you'll be ready to let go of whatever this is that is not serving your highest good. You have 2 paths that are laid out before you right now, Taurus. You have the path that the divine has opened up for you that requires this sacrifice, and you have the path that you've always been on with this energy. But there's something different where we're at now. I feel that if you were to continue down this path with this energy and not take the universe's lead, things would get progressively worse. Now, the example that they want me to give you has to do with a toxic relationship. It's like breaking up and getting back together repeatedly with somebody, and each time it just gets progressively worse. But there's something here about this particular time when you go back to something, it almost feels like you can't come back from it. So there's a bit of a warning here, Taurus. It's time to finally release something. It's time to let it go. Nothing here is going to change. In one of the other spreads I did, we had this message come through about you waiting for something to get better, you pouring all of your time, energy, and love into something, and there being zero reciprocity. Now, that showed up in one of those other spreads as 6 of Pentacles in reverse. 6 of Pentacles in reverse is shadow Taurus energy. It's an energy where you're pouring everything you have into a situation, and you're not getting anything in return. It's like an energy of breadcrumbing. And I feel that that is further detailing the situation that we have coming through here. What do we have at the heart position, please? The moon. Pisces energy at the heart. Now, this moon card coming out after this devil is quite the energy, because this speaks about one of these situations where you could be blinded by something tempting having to do with this very toxic energy. The moon card is also telling us that there's a lot of fear associated with this. Your judgment is really clouded here. You know, a really basic example of this is when an individual is in a relationship with a really toxic person, but they're attractive or they're charming. That's very similar to what we're getting here. Again, there's this tempting sort of energy here. But if it's not that, it could just be something habitual, or it could be some sort of restrictive habit with this energy that has become so cyclical that it almost feels impossible to break. Now, there's obviously several different groups of people that I'm picking up here. One of the groups is dealing with a very toxic romantic relationship. Another group is dealing with a toxic family member or family members. Another group is dealing with some sort of an addiction that they're finding it very difficult to overcome. And then there's another group who's dealing with some sort of romantic relationship where there's also very toxic addictions, which are making it even more difficult to break free from whatever this is. And then there's another group that I'm picking up that is dealing with something having to do with their workplace environment or their career. It could be a situation where you're increasingly unhappy where you're at or working with somebody, but you're scared to go it alone or to break free from this particular situation or carve out a new path. What do we have to throw, please? Six of Pentacles, Taurus, that is your energy at the throat. Now, right before the Six of Pentacles came out, I heard very clearly that you need to give yourself a chance to allow the universe to bless you. But in order for the universe to bless you, there needs to be some sort of sense of self-empowerment there that sees you releasing toxic cycles and or patterns from your everyday waking life, which is going to send a vibrational signal out to the universe that says, universe, I'm ready for better. I'm ready to align with my highest potential. I'm ready for what's next because I know that there's better out there for me. Now, what this truly means is that you need to vibrate at the frequency that sees you being able to receive blessings from the universe. Now, when you are in situations like we're picking up on this table here, you are in direct opposition with vibrating at the frequency of receiving. This is the universe saying, hey, you can't fool us, okay? We know that you're still wrapped up in that toxic situation down there. You can utilize all the manifestation techniques in existence, but your frequency does not lie. When you're ready to truly self-empower and do what's right for you, when you're truly ready to love on yourself the way that you need to be loved on, which is going to see you removing yourself from this situation or whatever it may be, then we're going to open up the door for you, because Manifestation 101 tells us that the exact same way we move in our everyday waking life is what the universe is going to bring more of into our life. The universe is like an amplifier. If we're putting out the frequency of abundance, it brings more abundance into our life. But if we're staying in very toxic situations, it also thinks that that's what we want and just keeps bringing more of that into our lives. You see, this comes down to free will. See, the universe loves us so much, it gives us more of what it thinks we want. And it bases what it thinks we want off of our vibration. This is what it all comes down to. You know, a lot of people try to push back against this because they don't want that to be true. And it's basically just people trying to make up excuses as to why they can't do something. But this is tried and true because I've done this in my own life. And it 100% works. The way you move in your everyday waking life from top to bottom without excuse is exactly what the universe will bring more of into your life. And I challenge you to try this, Taurus. So really think about that, okay? Because this Six of Pentacles is now upright at the throat. I mentioned how I got it in reverse in one of the previous spreads. The Six of Pentacles, again, is your energy. And when we pull a card that is directly connected to you, that means that you're able to master this. See, it's so interesting how you're in a situation where it's all take, take, take. There's zero reciprocity. You're just pouring into an empty void. But then we get the Six of Pentacles at the throat, which is the complete opposite. Hey, Taurus, why don't you start pouring that into yourself and then allow us to pour into you? That's the message from the universe. Pour into yourself so we can pour into you. Be in partnership with us, not this other toxic energy that is just completely depleting you of your life force. There's way more for you, but you have to believe it. You have to have hope that things can be better. And once you're able to accomplish that, then we will actually show it to you. Right on the bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles. So then we will show it to you, okay? There's probably not a single better card than the Ace of Pentacles to represent then we will show it to you, because this is the universe giving you something, helping you manifest this new life, this new path, this new opportunity. This is the universe saying to you, hey, Taurus, we see what you've been doing down there. We see you've been trying to self-empower. So we're going to bring more of that into your life. We've got your back now. You just had to choose yourself. We've been waiting on the sidelines this entire time for you. You can kick and scream all you like and shake your fist up at the skies and ask where the universe is, but we've always been here, Taurus. But you forgot you have free will. We cannot interfere. We can only assist and support you when your frequency says we can assist and support you. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Two of Pentacles, Capricorn energy at the third eye. Now, the Two of Pentacles here is following this sequence perfectly, because this is you now adapting to this new way of life. You release this toxic energy. You got the memo, so to speak, which opens up the door, right? This is the universe dropping these coins into your hand. And now you're in this new timeline, Two of Pentacles, adapting to this new way of life, whether it's a new job, a newfound sense of stability, whatever it is for you. There's something new that is coming through on the other side of this. Feels like it happens in an instant, to be honest with you, Taurus. It's like waking up one day and you're just in this new life. All the toxicity from this other situation is quickly becoming a thing of your past. It almost feels like some sort of fading nightmare. And this is something that I quite often mention in regards to timeline jumping. It feels as though the previous cycle that we were in feels like it was just some bad dream. As time goes on, it almost feels like it never even existed. It just feels like where you're at now is where you were always supposed to be, which tells us that where you may find yourself in this very moment with this toxic energy is not where you're supposed to be. And that obviously goes without saying, but I just feel that that's probably going to be something that hits harder once you get on the other side of this energy. It's like hearing something like that and saying, oh yeah, I totally get it now. But when you're in the situation, it almost feels frustrating to hear that. You know, those of you out there that may be getting frustrated from this message are likely still dealing with this situation. And you're exactly the group that this message is trying to get through to. It's time to wake up. What do we have at the crown, please? Wow. Ten of Pentacles, Virgo energy at the crown. I got the Ten of Pentacles in one of the pre-spreads as well. So I'm not really surprised to be getting it here because, again, it's pretty much the exact same messages that I got in those spreads. This Ten of Pentacles is what it's all about. This is where you're going. This is what the universe has for you. You have no idea what's waiting for you, Taurus. I mean, we're trying to convey it to you here, but all I can tell you is that the sheer amount of happiness and abundance that you're going to be feeling once you leave this energy in the past and allow yourself to go through the process of jumping these timelines cannot even be measured. You're going to feel like a miracle unfolded in your life. That's what we have here. The Ten of Pentacles is the richest card you can pull in the tarot. See, this is you sacrificing this energy and the universe saying, great job. Okay, here you go. This should help you get set up or whatever it is, right? And now here you are. You're adapting to this new timeline. You're like, oh man, things are just getting progressively better. And then boom, Ten of Pentacles. So we have two of the most abundant cards. Well, actually three. Nine of Cups, Six of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. All three of these cards represent abundance. And then King of Pentacles in the bottom of the deck, which is another card of abundance. But I need to further emphasize here, Taurus, this is not possible while you're in this cycle. Which makes all of this make sense. Of course, all of this would require such a huge sacrifice. This is not meant to be easy. But I promise you, again, once you get on the other side of it, it's going to feel like a flash in the pan. You're going to look back and you're going to say, if I was faced with that now, it'd be a cakewalk. I'm different now. I see life different now. I have a relationship with the universe in a way that I never have before. I have perspective. I'm not that person that I was back then. I've grown a lot, spiritually speaking, which is perfect. That's how it should be, Taurus. You want to look back on previous versions of yourself and say, I'd do it so differently now if I was ever faced with that obstacle again. Right? That's where we want to be. Yes, we have to accept the past for what it is and just move on. We can't change it. And you eventually get to a point where you wouldn't want to change it because you'll be so satisfied with where you're at in that moment of realization that you'll understand to change anything that came before that moment might not allow you to arrive at that moment. And that's a great place to be. This is a place of peace and understanding. What do we have at the foundation, please, Spirit? Right underneath that Three of Swords. Three of Swords again. Okay, so we've gone through multiple decks here. I have 1, 2, 3. We're on our fourth deck, and we get the Three of Swords stacked with the Three of Swords. Now, this Three of Swords here, this Vulture is, picking on the bones of this deer here. And I just feel that speaks about this situation. There'll be nothing left of you by the time this energy is done with you if you continue to stay there. What do we have the sacral, please? Nine of Pentacles underneath the Nine of Cups. Yeah, and this Nine of Pentacles here, this is further emphasizing what we were getting here about you pouring into a void. The Nine of Pentacles is an energy of being taken advantage of. There's also something here about finances. See, you have this extreme amount of abundance that is being made available to you once you release this energy. But should you stay in this energy, it leads to some sort of major financial setbacks, which doesn't surprise me at all. On one hand, the universe is saying, hey, come this way. We're going to give you all the abundance that you deserve. But if you don't, you just stay on that path, then, we can't support you. That path leads to hell. It is hell. That's not the path that is in alignment with your highest good. So, of course, we're not going to support you on that path. If anything, we'll only hope that your suffering will increase while you're on that path. So eventually you'll wake up and come to us. And see, when you're on a path like that and you don't have the universe's support, you're still very much existing in the universe. You're here. But that path is in direct opposition with your north node, with your divinely led path. So it's going to be the complete opposite of everything. So simply put, one path is full of abundance and the other path is full of endless financial setbacks. And it doesn't matter how hard you try to make things work out on that alternate path. And again, Taurus, this is tried and true. I've been through this. No matter how hard I tried to make something work in certain environments, around certain energies, no matter how focused I was, it didn't matter. Because at the end of the day, that energy was still in the field. All you're doing is just spinning your wheels in the mud. Because the universe knows, hey, we can't support you while you're in that energy there. No matter how hard you work, no matter how focused you are on trying to make something happen, we just can't do it. Because we know as soon as something begins to manifest in your life, that energy that's around you will cause you to lose it. They'll take it from you. You'll lose your focus. We'll support you, but you got to come over here. We're not going to support you when you're in hell. And there's really no other way I can put that, Taurus. That's the most layman's, simple way to put what it is I'm picking up here. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? Wow. Just followed what we said. Five of Swords underneath the Devil. Five of Swords, Aquarius energy. This is an energy of terminating unhealthy relationships, being open to the change. I also feel that the universe is making it very clear to you right now who and what it is in your life that is creating these setbacks. I just heard there's no more excuses. It's been made clear to you. And I don't want to see in the comments people say, well, I can't do this because I have to do this. And okay, this is the message. You can either choose to accept it or not. But I'm not here to pander to the people who listen to these messages endlessly but don't ever do anything. And this Five of Swords is right underneath the Devil. I mean, it just couldn't be any clearer. It's time to terminate this toxic, unhealthy relationship in your life. Double down right here at the solar plexus, which is all connected to your self-confidence, your drive, your personal power. You're giving all of that over to this energy here. What do we have at the heart, please? Okay, we're going to start. This card has two sides. We're going to start on the negative side first. We have a negative and a positive here. We just got the same card, okay? Completely different deck, same card, back to back. Look at that. Terminating the unhealthy, toxic relationship in your life here. And Five of Cups, Scorpio energy, moving on to prosperity. You know, I can already see the comments underneath this video. There'll be dozens of people who are really grateful for the message. It'll be exactly what they needed to hear. But then there'll be the oddball comments of people saying, well, I can't because of this and that. And, you know, they're basically just making up excuses as to why they want to remain in the toxic cycle, right? And look, I get it. There's always going to be a little bit of every kind of person that watches these videos. I would like to think that most of the people that watch these videos just needed to hear this message so they can say, okay, I get it. I finally see it. That's what I needed. See, it's all of you people that these messages are for. But of course, again, there's so many people out there that just can't do it. They can't find it inside themselves to do it. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Perfect. Ace of Swords, air energy at the throat. Victory. This whole message here is going to lead to some sort of clarity. For those of you who get it, right? For those of you who appreciate the message. The people that hear this and it gives them a different kind of perspective over their situation and they finally say, okay, I'm ready. That's what this Ace of Swords is. And it's right underneath that Six of Pentacles. I feel that as soon as you make a decision and you put a plan together, doors are going to start opening up for you. This is the universe saying, okay, we got your back. Okay, we just needed you to make the decision. We needed you to say, okay, it's go time. Then we can come through and help you. We can't come through and help you until then. We have to just stand here on the sidelines and bite our nails and wait for you to say the word. What do we have the third eye, please? Queen of Cups, water energy at the third eye. And then what do we have at the crown, please? Nine of Wands, Sag energy at the crown. Now, this is quite interesting what we're getting here at the very end of the reading because it's the exact opposite to what we were getting at the very beginning. We spoke about how you were pouring endlessly into a bottomless void. We spoke about how you were in a situation that was a sort of one-sided charity, just completely lacking in reciprocity. And then as we close out the reading, we get this energy of you creating boundaries now and loving on yourself with this newfound sense of empowerment, which causes you to vibrate at the exact frequency of receiving, and everything comes full circle in your favor. So Taurus, hopefully we have channeled through some messages to help you navigate this situation. So with that, I'm going to leave it here. All right, Taurus, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Consider giving this video a hype if you got something useful from it, as those hypes help get the video in the algorithm and push it out to other people who may need to see this video too. Information for personal readings can be found in the description below this video if you would like to join the membership portion of my channel where I upload additional videos each week. You can also find the information in the description below this video. I'm also running a 15% off sale at PLUTOBEANstudio.com, which is my online store. So go check that out if that's something you're interested in. But in closing, I would like to know how this reading resonated with you. So drop me a heart and or a comment, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.